My wife doesn't know about this. I never told anyone, not my parents, not my friends, not the person I share a bed with every night. But because this is a faceless channel, and because I promised myself I'd be honest with you guys, I'm going to tell you something that's the most embarrassing financial mistake I've ever made. I broke the number one rule of building wealth. I let greed and emotion take the wheel, and it cost me a lot. If you ever felt hopeless about money, like the future is cooked, so you might as well YOLO, this video's for you. Let me save you the pain I went through. Probably one of the strongest FOMO feelings I've ever had was when GME boom happened in January 2021. Do you guys remember that? I was a part of it. And honestly, I thought this was the moment where us regular Joes could finally make a stand against the financial big shots. A lot of speculators, including me, staked a good amount of money on this excitement. Not only did I see my numbers go up in a big green dildo-like fashion, I was also doing my part to send a message to the financial institutions that were betting on GME's downfall, or so I thought. What happened next probably made me lose some sleep and spawned a few white hairs. The brokerages didn't just suspend selling, they did something worse. They suspended buying. Robinhood, Webull, TD Ameritrade, all of them. You could sell your shares, dump them before the price crashed, but you couldn't buy more. You couldn't average down and you couldn't join the fight. So the stock literally disappeared from the app. You could search GME and get literally nothing. So then what happens to the price? The stock has been climbing because thousands of regular people were piling in. And the second those buyers were locked out, supply and demand took over. The sellers kept selling. No new buyers wanted to catch the fall. The price tanked, and it tanked 44% in one day. At one point, it was down almost 70% from its high, and the hedge funds, they could still trade. The regular people watched their accounts bleed out in real time with no way to buy the dip. So that's when I realized the game was never fair. But here's the part I'm embarrassed about. I didn't walk away. I took that anger and chased the next big thing. Meme stocks, whatever was trading on Reddit that week. I wasn't investing anymore. I was gambling, and I lost my discipline. And the result? Here it is, negative $12,311.70 that I'll never see again. I won't forget that feeling, the feeling of dread, hopelessness, and worst of all, shame. I mean, how could I do something so damn stupid? Here's what makes this sting even more. I'm not someone who lives large. I wear the same clothes that I had 7 years ago. I don't travel much, and if I'm splurging on food, it's a Chipotle chicken bowl. That's my version of a treat. I spent years making those small sacrifices, delaying gratification, telling myself that it would pay off. And then I threw it over $12,000 into a meme stock because I wanted to feel like I was finally winning. The money was gone, and I had to sit with that. Every time I checked my account and I saw the damage, I felt it all over again. And here's the part that really gets me. I didn't even fully learn the lesson the first time, because shortly after GME, the crypto run happened. And I made the same mistakes all over again. But that's a story for another video. But because I'm telling you this, I want you to understand, I'm not someone who got burned once and immediately became wise. I got burned, felt terrible, and then walked straight into the next fire all over again. That's how powerful FOMO is. That's how dangerous it is to let emotion drive financial decisions. So after getting burned twice, GME and then crypto, I had a choice. Either keep chasing or change everything. So where am I now? I'm 32, I'm not retired, and I'm not on a beachfront somewhere sipping on something cold. I'm just sitting at a desk, talking into a microphone, and just trying to rebuild. But here's what changed. I stopped chasing fast money. I stopped looking for the hack, the pump, and the lucky break. I just started doing the boring stuff, the VOO and the SCHD, slow and steady and automatic. And that $12,311.70 I lost, that money is gone. But the lesson, that's worth more than I lost. And for the first time in years, I'm not anxious about money. But that's the real win, not the Lambo or the beach house, just the peace of mind. If you want easy money, it doesn't exist. I mean, you can get lucky, sure, but the chances of that is pretty slim. But you want a life where money isn't keeping you up at night? That's actually pretty simple, but it's just not fast. I kept this to myself for a long time. I felt too embarrassed to say anything out loud, but that's exactly what I needed to say. Because I know I'm not the only one who did this. I know some of you are watching that lost money chasing the same thing, and I know some of you are thinking about chasing the next big thing right now. I'm sharing this because I don't want you to make the same mistake. I want you to learn from my loss so you don't have to take one for yourself. No, you're not cooked and the future isn't hopeless. You just have to stop chasing the miracles and start building the boring way. Anyway, thanks for listening and I'll see you on the next one.